Hey y'all, come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm up and I'm getting ready. I got a half a cheese coney left, and I got I wanted some potatoes and onions, so I'm up making me some little potatoes and onions to go with it. Yeah, I know I'm seeking calories, seeking calories. But I was just on a live, and I don't know. I had to jump off of it real quick because I had a thought. Just listening to the conversation, and then something came across my mind, and I've been listening to this for years. Okay, two things happened while I've been off of here, and I'm gonna talk about both. One, I'm not gonna call no name on, because I don't want to give nobody no content. You know what I'm saying? But my question was, I was listening to this chat a minute ago. I'm over there and I'm listening, and my mind just got the going and say, why do people make up excuses? Why do people do what they do and make stupid moves? Now this is because I done been watching the news. I'm gonna tell this one first. Um, Young lady I seen grow up as a kid. Okay, seen this little girl grow up as a kid. Pissy, came from a big family. Lots of little snotty nosed kids. You know what I'm saying? You know how that is when you got a whole lot of them. Yeah, mama having babies with the daughters, and the daughters having babies. Big family, big family, big family, big family, big family. And hmm, I told y'all, one of the younger boys, Joe, my cousin is the president of the NAACP here in Cincinnati. He's also the director of our our, our voter board, the Democratic. I mean, damn, y'all know what I'm trying to say. He Board of Elections, big wig at the Board of Elections, and he's also the president of the NAACP in Cincinnati. And something just went down here in Cincinnati, and it's very embarrassing. Um, very very embarrassing, very embarrassing, and it came out of this family that I grew up on the street with. Okay, so anybody in Cincinnati that live in Fairmount, y'all know who I'm talking about. So don't come over here on my channel and going back. If you want to go call names, you can. I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna tell my stories, and I'm gonna not mention names. Don't go and tell these people, yeah, she over there talking about your sister, because I ain't. And if they come back over here and say something, then I'm going to call their sister's name. So I'm trying to tell this story, y'all, without calling names. I got a couple of them that cross my mind. I'm up for a minute, can't go to sleep yet. Excited about what happened to me today when God blessed me. And I'm just up and I'm happy. I done put Goddess back in her room. I was going to do uh, I got her all set up and was gonna do her little spa day. I'm gonna try to get up in the morning and still give it to her. But I had got engrossed in some other things, and I just decided I wasn't gonna do it. I can do that because I'm grown. But anyway, for some reason, one day I addressed this girl's mother about what her sisters and them used to tease and call her. No disrespect. And from that day on, she never spoke to me again, which was okay. I ain't know nothing lost there. She ain't did nothing for me. You ain't did nothing right now but destroyed your life and your freedom. And I got to thank God that the only thing that I'm in trouble for, and you'll never find me being prosecuted, maybe arrested for some stuff, but never prosecuted. And I ain't never been arrested for no criminal stuff, okay? Looking for a motherfucker to beat him up. Yeah, I done did that. Yep, I done did that. But never have I sold anything. Uh-uh. Never have I done anything that had to do with taking from somebody, stealing from somebody, or doing anything like that now. And I ain't never been, I don't have a criminal record. Still won't have one after this accident. It ain't gonna be criminal. It'll be a traffic. But this young lady, and I was just saying, Lord, I can't even go tell my cousin that, hey, I grew up on the same street with her. You know, because she came through there, through voters, through the Board of Elections, and did some criminal, cruel stuff. Now, this is a highly educated, okay? That's what she say. That's what they say. And I kept saying the first time she ran for office, she's ran for every office that they done had in the city of Cincinnati. The first one, if you can't be a city, you can't win city council because you don't have. Let me backtrack a little bit. When you running for a office in any kind of politics, you got to have big bank. Okay, you either got to have big bank, or you got to have a way that you can raise those funds. And you got to have some big backers. You know what I'm saying? It costs a lot of money. And you taking a chance on whether you going to win in that election or you just introducing yourself for the next election. Oh, shoot. So if you introducing yourself for the next election, you don't go next year. You ran for city council this year. You gonna go for state senator next year. You gonna try to go for governor another year, and you ain't doing nothing but handing out little business cards. It don't work like that. So this is what this young lady was doing when she first came out with city council. And I was saying, oh, it would be really nice if she could win and get on city council. But I said she ain't ready. Her pockets wasn't deep enough. You standing on the corner and you gotta have yard signs. You got to have luncheons that you can pay for. You can't stand on the corner with a business card and hand that out and think that you go win an election. Next year it ain't no better. You go, but anyway, let me go. I ain't gonna go through all the offices that this young lady ran for the city of Cincinnati. It's embarrassing. A big family, a lot of people know. Y'all done been all on social media backing her. I feel sorry for her. You know, but I'm just sharing this to say I got a couple of things I want to share what not to do. Okay? So you have to have so many signatures in order to run, to be put on the ballot, basically. So this last office she ran for, like I said, I can't, I'm gonna see they'll probably show it again. I'm gonna let y'all listen. No, I ain't gonna let y'all listen to it because that'll get a name of the person out. And I'm trying not to get so much flashback and not to get, because my next story, I ain't gonna get no name, but I personally know this person too. But anyway, so she's running for a major office this time. Oh, I hope my onions get done. These potatoes look good. I had some potatoes left over from my seafood boil. And I had just a little bit of them, and I was sitting here warming up this other half of this. Oh my God, these look good. But anyway, so I want a little bit more pep on. So what she did, I think it was like 5,000 or 6,000 signatures you had to have to get on the ballot. Okay, so my cousin's staff gets the what is it they do? The petition that they go out, and you normally go out and you have your campaign crew, not your family, sit down with some greasy chicken and mashed potatoes and cornbread. But you go out there and you get citizens to sign your petition so that you can be put on the ballot for the election. This dummy, and I'm gonna call her a dummy, you a dummy, went out and got 5,000. I can't quote the exact number because I'll be lying, but 5,600 and something, I think they said. Which she made enough. She got enough to be on the ballot. So you have to turn this in to the Board of Elections. They go through, they count it. Joe's staff goes through, they count it. Go through and make sure that the signatures are legit. While going through this young lady's signature, the staff discovered that, wait a minute, all these handwritings are the same. Wait a minute now. So that means family didn't even help. Let me think about that. Family didn't even help do that. Because they say all the signatures except about 300 and something of them were not the same signatures. Some were addresses of abandoned buildings. Okay? So she's facing charges on that. She's in prison. I guess she's in they say jail, so I'm assuming, I'm gonna look it up. She's down at the Hamilton County Justice Center. Boy, I can go do 2-3 days down there because she getting ready to do some years in Marysville. Fed prison, nah, because she got some felony charges. So on top of that, she got PPP loans for 6 businesses that don't exist. So she's facing some real live time. Instead of just waiting until she was financially ready, bake sales, I don't care what you had to do, bake sales, and got your little campaign, got some people, some leaders that, would have believed in, especially as a young black woman, to back her. You can get companies, you can get radio stations, because she done been on one of the local radio stations. She stayed on there. On that radio station, I used to be a frequent caller. She knew who I was. And I agreed with the talk show host, Lincoln Ware, that she's not ready, Lincoln. He was saying the same thing. And she got hostile and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And that's been, I ain't been on Lincoln's show in, a long time. But, I mean, this is over a course of 6-7 years that this has been going on. And people kept saying, you're not experienced enough, you're not ready. She felt like she was. Well, apparently she wasn't, because she had to try to do some cruel stuff to get 5,000 signatures. That's normally easy. Go start on the market. Come down in the ghettos where they want to support you. See, they want to be big time. You want to be big time. You come down here where you came from, where your daddy had a liquor store, after I joint, illegal liquor. Get some of his friends. You could have got some of his friends to help. Just put them out there, give them a bottle. Tell them you're going to give them a bottle and let them go out there and stand up by the square and places like that and take names. hmm She getting ready to do some long time in the federal ladies institution for doing crooked stuff. Oh, Vaughn, you still up? You ain't got no work tomorrow? Hey, Patsy, how you doing? I do feel better. So it's hurtful. I'm not making fun of her. It's hurtful because I was one of the ones that said to this young lady, and she got offended, "You not ready yet, Kay. You just not ready." I'm not saying she couldn't have done it because I believe she could. See, I ain't tell everybody. I got a couple of now. My cousin, she made it down there too. I got a cousin. She made city council. She made headlines. She worked for one. And let me tell y'all. I'm gonna finish telling her story, and then I'm gonna go into that story. Cause my cousin messed up too. She got caught up. Not as bad, but she got caught up too. Um, she accepted some funds she shouldn't have accepted, but she didn't really go out and take nothing or steal nothing, but it was wrong what she did. But she did 18 months. That's on my daddy's side. See, my cousins them ain't never been accused of doing nothing to win an election on my mama's side. They've been in it 50, 60 years. Daddy been in it 50, 60 years, and most of the boys been in the politics here since they graduated out of school, whether it was going into, I got a couple of things I want to touch on tonight. And I don't care who come over here in my bushes. If the shoe fits them, they gonna have to put it on and wear it. And I'm gonna make sure it ain't too small for them. I want them to put it on because it's gonna be a big shoe. And even with the swollen feet and everything else, they gonna be able to fit it. Some gonna come over here and they gonna go say, "Oh, she was talking about you." No, I wasn't. But I'm gonna make the shoe big enough that if you wanna wear it, you can. And if that shoe fits you, you put it on and strut on out of here. Just don't come in my chat messing with me. So anyway, she's getting ready, and I'm feeling bad because if she would have just listened, if you on a radio platform, he's giving her time to promote herself, free advertisement now. He let her call in because you got to pay to do that on there, and that was like his little gift to her too. But at the same time, asking her questions like, "Don't you think you should wait?" You know, thank you, Patsy. I got 27 watching. Hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that share button. Come on now, don't go cost you nothing. They hit that like button, hit that notification bell. Yeah, I'm gonna give you some content. That's what I want to do. I want to share some of the things that I have held in, or things that I have let other people distract that I can share that may help somebody. It's somebody else out there. We got some leaders, we got some grandsons, we got some nieces, we got some nephews. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be our future leaders. Okay? I believe that. I used to think one of my granddaughters was gonna be the president of the United States, the first black female president. Maybe she still will. She's in a good school. My cousin, the judge, his name was Tazzy for Tasmanian Devil. The worst child my uncle and them had, and look at him, he's a judge now. So anything is possible. And my granddaughter is not bad at all. I'm just saying. And he was terrible. He doesn't even allow us to call him Tazzy. He don't allow them to call him Tazzy because goddamn it, I still call him Tazzy. That's the only name I ever known. Hell, I didn't know you was William until I was 12, 13 years old. I didn't know who no William was. So he's still Tazzy to me, and he ain't gonna say nothing if I call him that, cause he can get cussed out too. They was telling me somebody came on my chat one day, and I guess they was saying something about me cussing out one of my cousin's kids, one of the other judges. And what they gonna think of what they gonna say? She probably went back and told her daddy, "I seen him. He better not say a goddamn thing to me, cause I ain't spoke nothing but the truth." And if they don't like the truth, you should have covered that damn thing up. Can't cover that Peter up. Don't play with me, because you hyphenating your name. See, the name Mallory, let me tell you about the name Mallory. See, people be thinking I be talking about my uncle and his boys. Hell no. Mallory came from my grandmother, my mother's mother. That's her name. Okay? That's her name. That's my granny name. My little sister just told me the other day. I said, Annie, I was thinking about carrying grandma's name. She say, sis, you own it better. You were her favorite. You should to carry it on her girl side. Okay? Shit, don't let's talk about it. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. I love them to death. Glad that they are still carrying the name. But you don't even know where your name came from. Let me talk about it. You want to talk about it? Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to me. I don't give a damn what title you use, what title you got. They ain't gonna bother me. I bet you that. I bet you that. They're not going to say anything to Claudette. For real, okay? Not Bodacious, but Claudette, okay? But I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay. So anyway, I feel sorry for what I feel more sorry for, and not that she's going to jail, but because I felt like she could one day, and now she could never. Just because she was too greedy and trying to do it too fast. You know what I'm saying? I know she had the potential. She was just trying to do too much and she wasn't ready. And now she's destroyed every opportunity that she had to prove that she could do it. You know what I'm saying? Watch what you do on social media. Uh, so many people, my might be watching. You know what I'm saying? My grandma, my aunt, my this. You don't know who watching you on social media. You don't know if some large firm is watching you on social media and want to hire you, and they get out there and they say, "Oh no," because a lot of people quietly. Remember, I used to do hiring. I used to do hiring for Data Computer Corporation of America. We was contract with the federal government, Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Administration. Okay? That leads me into this. Because you have a degree does not make you smart. And we can tell by this lady, she wasn't know it. She was trying to run for senator and messed up. Who got a $25,000 straight bond on your head? No, baby. No, they looking at some stuff. I'm not. Why would you come over here? Who been over there looking at that? Now you confused. Do you see me sitting there? Hmm? You can't. You gotta go. You tell them that they need to go get a law degree, because you're going to see a whole lot of stuff in there. Now, listen at this. They done went in there and looked at that, don't understand it. But they still ain't went in there and told you about the DUI. Now, you gone back over there, Juanita, and a matter of fact, gone over there and don't go back on social media, okay? Because you probably been on there too long, okay? You've been on social media too long. You don't understand what's going on. And them duck pluckers over there you looking at, they don't understand either, okay? And I'm not going to explain it because it ain't none of your business. But this is what I want you to do, okay? Because you've been sitting on here too long, Juanita, okay? Juanita, if you Juanita, or if you Bonita, or if you Sam, this is what I want you to do. If you Juanita, I want you to go and get a bleach bottle, okay? Get you a nice white rag, okay? And wash your coochie. Okay? If you Sam, I want you, Sam, to go get you a bleach bottle because you ain't been able to suck on no dinos, and I want you to go brush your teeth. Now you go back and tell them that about the $25,000 straight bond that's on my head, okay? Okay? Okay, and then tell them keep watching to the end, okay? Okay, we'll see you later. Okay, go get your bleach bottle and wash your coochie, Juanita. We'll talk to you later. See how you trying to be positive? And this miserable heifer came all the way over here because somebody done went on the internet and don't understand what the hell is going on. Yeah, my trial is November the 27th, too. Did you see that? I go to trial November the 27th, and I'm hoping that all concerned will appear, okay? Hope you come down to the courthouse on the 27th, bring your lunch, and bring everything, okay? Damn, ain't they invested in me? What would make them go to the internet to look that up? They looking for content. Okay, you want me to post that on my community wall? Huh? But go on, baby, get your bleach bottle and go on in there and prop them thighs up. You know what? Put your leg up because I know you fat, funky, and stanky. Prop that leg up and go on and wash that coochie. And we'll talk to you later. You will be in there about 2 hours because you've been on social media too long. Okay? Okay, so back to the basics. So like I said, I'm not upset. I'm upset at her because I know she could have done it. And she has just destroyed her career of what she could have been with one of our next leaders. Okay, so then I got to thinking about people like that one on that just came over here, Juanita. Juanita sitting about worrying about my $25,000 bond. Okay, that she says I have over my head, and whoever she got it from, they worried about me still trying to look for content. It's okay. If it's going to get them a welfare YouTube trick check, let them have fun. That's public knowledge. Anything, but you got to understand. If you don't understand what's going on, you know, hey, what can I say? I ain't got to explain it to them. I'm sitting here in the comfort of my own home, okay? So what? I ain't got no ankle bracelets on my leg. Don't that say something? Don't that say something about it moving in a positive direction? Huh? Huh? See, stop looking. Stop. Them duck pluckers can't even get, one ain't got no degree, not even a GED. Tell them to post they diplomas. Tell them to post their law degrees, they certificate in law. Tell them to do that. Tell them to show you something positive about themselves and stop trying to tear me down, okay? Because I'm going to come out a winner. Either way it go, whether I do time or not, it don't shut me down. It's not going to ever take nothing away from me and my success and how I'm going to be living when I'm free. Okay? So anyway, the next thing I wanted to address is people using the fact that they have a criminal record, felonies, and they can't get jobs. Because we got a lot of them. You know, when you got theft on your record, like Big Boy over there, he couldn't do nothing but go mental and play mental and get him a crazy check. Because he can't work nowhere. He can't work for the federal government. He can't do nothing but do what he doing. Sitting over there, talking about me. Trying to get a little extra change off of YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to leave that alone. So anyway, it becomes funnier and funnier, y'all. So whoever is out there promoting that, I don't know who it is and I don't care. But anyway, so ain't that funny that they that invested in me, that they checking their website every day because I get emails, yeah, your court date is the 27th, and okay, keep watching. Come on down, bring your lunch, Bring your lawn chair and whatever and sit there in the courtroom, okay? Sit there in the courtroom. Judge Triggs probably ain't even gonna have court on that day, you dumbass fuckers. So anyway, I ain't going there. I promise. God, come on, take the wheel. Control that mouth, girl. You made a promise. You made a promise. Keep it. So anyway, people use the fact that, oh, they got criminal records, they can't get jobs. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. If they want one. Let me tell you a story of a man that I know. I ain't gonna call no name. Them potatoes look good. This man went to jail, not fair. Did 36 months for a armed robbery. Okay, armed robbery. Did them 36 months. No trouble ever in the prison. A leader in the prison. Did them 36 months and came on home. Came on home to a family that supported him. Not spoiled him, not babied him, but supported him, pressured him. You got to get out here, and it's going to be hard, but you can do it. Oh, thank you, Rick. Rick came and put a lock right here. Thank you. They do anything I want. I love them. So anyway, father gave him money to get started, bought it all his clothes, came home on parole, on probation, got a report as he thought every week. Mom, she supported. His girlfriend, she supported. But his girlfriend said to him, hey, I got you for 30 days. After 30 days, you got to go. Okay? 30 days, you got to go. Ain't none of that. I got a felony. I can't get a job. She said she wasn't going for that. She wasn't going for that. So, Mom had worked at this company. I ain't gonna say what company, but she worked at a company, and she actually was semi-retired and wanted something to do. Good place to work. I'll tell you, it was a hospital, major hospital here in Cincinnati. So he went on the interview. She got him a little interview, and he went on the interview and no. Let me backtrack. When he had to report to probation, his girlfriend said he went down to probation and said that the probation officer said, man, you come home looking like that? He have on nothing but some nice jeans. Mom had bought him a nice, pretty leather jacket, hair groomed. He good looking already anyway, okay. Oh, he gone down there. It's like, I told him, like, look, you supposed to report, you supposed to do this. He said, but you know what? I'm going to take you and put you on non-report. He says, because I see you got a good family that's supporting you and backing you. And they pushing you to make sure you do the right thing and you do better. So he goes on the interview. So his girlfriend said, he came home and he said, I got the job. You got the job? What? Say, yeah. I say, was you honest? I said, was he honest about his criminal record? She said, yeah. He told the man about he tried to tell the man about his criminal record. See, that's why I tell you, presentation and appearance is important. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk around with a dog collar on and think you gonna get a job in a corporate office. It ain't gonna happen. You ain't gonna be able to be an exec and sit behind a desk with a bubble butt and you 6 feet tall. It ain't gonna happen. You ain't got nothing you can do but sit on social media and down a 62-year-old woman. You ain't got nothing else you can do. Life is over for you. As far as at 35, as far as being anything other than a loser on social media. I'm gonna leave that alone. I had to get that out though. I be sitting here thinking and stuff. But anyway, so he went on and he went to tell. He said, "Well, I tried to tell about my criminal, tell him that I had been just released from prison." And she saying, and she asked him, "Well, what did they say? What did the man?" He say, "Not only did he not interview me in the office, he took me out to lunch. We went and had lunch, and he said he wanted to do my interview over lunch. He took him to a restaurant." Okay, that's a good start. And that's when he found out he had the job. He said he was trying to tell the guy about, be honest, because back then they wasn't doing criminal background checks at all. You just was supposed to be honest on your application, but hey, whatever. So he got the job. Um, what, 20 something years he was on that job. 27 years he became the leader on that job, the head of the maintenance department, retired with a good retirement check, with a felony record. Then those that I say, okay, some ain't gonna be that lucky. No, everybody ain't gonna go there, especially doing these 2000 years. They doing background checks. They ain't trying to give you no job working in no bank, not even a hospital with a criminal record. Unless you gonna do the grounds, they hard on you now. But the one thing that you can do, and I have seen others do, is start their own business. You know what I'm saying? Start your own business. And it ain't on social media. Go around. I have seen people with felony charges go out and be motivated speakers. Started their own business making six figures with a felony record. So there's something, if you got creativity in you, if you got something to offer, you don't have to sit on social media and disgrace yourself. You can get contracts and go into the schools and tell about your crack habit. Tell these young girls not how to suck on that glass dick and lose their children to the system. You know what I'm saying? If you was smart. And you can do it without that high school diploma. You wouldn't have to be sitting on social media fussing at the TV about me. Can we talk about it? Let's talk about it. I think I'm gonna throw some cheese on them potatoes, so I'm gonna throw them in the microwave so they okay. So anyway, my cousin, I ain't gonna leave her out. She's a smart girl. She made a mistake. Now listen at this story now. My cousin was the campaign manager for one of the guys that was running for city council. My cousin is white, this gentleman is black. Okay. She worked for him coming straight out of high school. Campaign manager, worked for him for 4 years. Me being one, girl, come on, get up out his office and go on and get in office. And she kept saying at one point, I ain't ready yet, cuz. I ain't ready. I ain't ready. I ain't ready. I'm like, okay. She said, I think I'm gonna get there one day. I'm focusing toward that because I know she was a leader. So she helped him get in office a couple of times. I don't know what she's seen in that office. I don't know what she's seen in that office. But it's not a coincidence that she received funds from people that gave her funds to support them, and they paid her, which you can't do that. Mm-mm. This was why she was sitting on city council. Mhm. Made headlines of the news and everything because she did it in style. When she got and won office and she went to get her seat and her chair in City Hall, she carried her own chair. Oh, did they talk about it? But somehow she got caught up. This same gentleman right now, this white man, is getting ready to go to federal penitentiary, doing similar things that she had done, but more intense. Where did she get it from? She got it from him. She shouldn't have been weak. She paid for it. But the one thing, because of her statue here in the city of Cincinnati, and most people know how she got caught up, she's still gonna have a career because she's gonna now be self-employed. She can be a motivational speaker. She can be anything all by herself, and that's what she's doing. So because you got a criminal record don't mean that you can't be successful and you can't get a job, because you can. People need to stop using that. I have seen so many people that have I ain't gonna say be failures, but not have been successful on in their life. And those are the ones that you see running around social media and they ain't got no content and they bothering other people. For a welfare check off of YouTube, they'll disgrace themselves. hmm hmm Now my next one. Oh God, because I'm tired of hearing this. I hear this on social media. I hear this off of social media. When people do stupid things, make bad investments, don't own anything, they say it's because they don't want to. I'm going back to owning a house. Okay? That's the biggest and the best investment you can have. And if you ain't got one, even if you don't want to live in one, you can buy one and rent it out and still live in an apartment or a condo. One of the guys down here, he's a hustling black young brother. He got a full-time job. He do it night, good job. Down here, he got a hustle down here. He worked down here for them in the office, out of the office, on the grounds. He's contracted with them. He don't work for the apartment complex. He contract with them, self-employed. Him and I vibe. And I was like, he's like, I live on the west side. I said, I live on the west side too. When he got to telling me where he lived at, he lived right around the corner from me. He said, I own a house and a condo. I said, oh, you do? He said, yeah, I live in the condo, but I rent the house out. Okay, smart kid. He ain't even a kid, and he gorgeous as heck. Woo! But he's smart. He hustle. He hustle. So when you hear somebody that's out there, or if you know of anybody out there that's making another person rich, because see, let me backtrack a little bit. When I owned my property again, I was out there to help somebody. One of my apartment buildings used to be a four-family, but it was a big need out there for women with that needed 3-4 bedrooms. It was a shortage of it. The kids were sleeping on top of each other and all of that. So my 4-unit apartment building became, instead of 2 bedrooms, it became 4 bedrooms. And it became a 2-family. Okay? Because I wanted to help young girls that had Section 8 certificates. Now, let me tell you, I took Section 8. I sure did. But I had a criteria. Okay? You could come in, you had to be on your job at least 4 years. You had to live at your current place of residence at least 2 years. And then you want to know why I said that. Okay, let me backtrack. These girls get these Section 8 certificates and they're allowed to move out of a unit every year. After 12 months, they can move. First of all, don't buy no single families. I'm going to tell you why. So if you got a single family home, you do it under Section 8, you fix it up, you let them move in, and they decide they want to move out in a year. Okay? That single family the whole time, because you can't just Section 8, I don't care what they say about Section 8. If you getting subsidies housing, you got a good unit. Because Section 8 here, and I don't know about anywhere else, but they gonna make sure that the units are up to par. I mean, you can't have a crack on the step. When they leave now, you might not, depending on who you get in there, it might not look like it was when they moved in there. Okay, that's the problem with buying a single family. Now we got one. We had one. The one my little brother lived in is a single family, but I'll tell you why. About why we got that. So you got to now. That person only stayed a year. You're not gonna get a return if you properly doing everything to get that house or that apartment together. You're not gonna get a return the first year because you just getting back what you put into it. You got to pay your taxes. You got to pay your mortgage. The second year is when you profit. So if you got to fix it back up because they want to use that Section 8 certificate to move somewhere else, and 9 times out of 10, sometimes it's a good reason, sometimes it's not. With my tenant that moved in the single family up the street, and like I said, you had to have a criteria, and that was be on your job 4 years at least, live in the house with 2. It's the one that got the single family up the street. She had been on her job with the Board of Education for 5 to 6 years. 6 years. 6 or 7 years. But of course, during the summertime, school is out. But she had, when school was out, she had a daycare that she worked in the summer. That she had been there, I know 5. Oh yeah, she can move in. So now I gotta ask her, why you moving from where you live at? Which she had lived there 4 years. She said, well, it was only a 2-bedroom, and I had another baby and I needed an extra room. Okay. Different sex or whatever. She wanted to put them properly in the room. She stayed up there 5 years. She kept her 2 jobs. Then she decided that she wanted to be a foster parent. I didn't bother her. I didn't ask about putting them kids on the lease. She had been there 5 years. She was positive. She was never late on her rent. See, and she had to pay part of her rent now. But the biggest thing is they say I wouldn't take Section 8. You're a fool if you don't. I ain't never had to go knock on nobody's door and take no rent and collect no rent. I done had to evict some because I didn't no longer want them because they didn't keep up their unit clean and they was tearing it up. But I had one that lived in Silverton. Silverton is a top-notch neighborhood. Matter of fact, the radio broadcaster that I'm speaking of, Lincoln Ware, lives on that same street. There were only 2 two-family buildings on that street. One on one corner and next door was mine. That girl came in and I did opening house. Oh, I got so much to share, y'all. I did opening house on the apartment building, and I mean it was everybody, because Silverton was not known for taking Section 8. Again, me saying this is nice area. Somebody can move in and enjoy it, and I bought it. and I accepted Section 8, but I had my rules and regulations. First of all, it's only two-family buildings on this whole street, so they gonna focus on this. Now, most didn't even know and couldn't even tell that I was renting my building out under Section 8. Because when they came past, there was no bath towels hanging on the banister. There was no mop buckets on the front balcony. They had nice cement balconies. It was nice. I'm gonna call this young lady C. So I had the open house, and everybody that had a Section 8 certificate I know looked through that Section 8 listing and seen Silverton, and they showed up that day. $25 application fee. Now I'm gonna get funny. Y'all. $25 application fee. So this one girl, she was standing over to the side, just kind of looking at the atmosphere and everything. And the one girl, and then we got about 25, 30 people in this building looking at this apartment. It's only one apartment now. There's only one apartment vacant there. So the one girl, now the open house started at 9. So everybody trying to be the first one. So by the time I got there, honey, they were standing at the door. I let everybody in, let them walk around and everything. So one girl came in. It was her, 2 kids, and her boyfriend. Now, you know, with a Section 8 certificate, you ain't supposed to have, if he ain't on the lease, he ain't supposed to be there. And she's like, oh yeah, my friend brought me out, and I really like this place. And she kissing up, man. She kissing up. That big mouth boyfriend is the one that gave it up. So the kids is like, I like this, ma. I like this. He's like, yeah, I like this too. It's gonna be a nice place for us. Us? Huh? But that ain't even what done. It was 9 a.m. in the morning. Her hair was nappy. She had on flip-flops and her feet was dirty. So I ain't gonna deny to put an application in, and I ain't gonna lie, you ain't finna get it. So everybody else, and then another person, I got 20-some people, then you gonna come up and tell me you want it. This one come with a guy too. She didn't have a $25 application fee. Huh? Okay. I know dude gonna pull out of his pocket and say, here the $25 for the application fee. Can I put in the application and bring you the $25 back? I ain't even gonna take your money because I'm not gonna give it to you either. But it was this one little girl just standing over there. And I said, baby, did you do a walkthrough? She said, yeah, I really like it. She said, but I know I ain't gonna get it with all these people that's putting in the application. I said, how do you know that? Hey, real estate, how you doing, baby? I say, how do you know that? I say, why don't you put your application in? Because my antenna's going like, baby, all you got to do is have that $25 and show me you responsible enough to put that $25 in there, and it's yours. Long as your background come back good. I was saying that to myself. I never told her that. I said, don't you ever stand in the background. If it's something you want, you go for it. Oh, let me go back to the one that lived up the street. Once she left, she stayed there 5 years, she needed a bigger unit to do her foster care. She went out and bought her a home. And I was proud of her. Okay? This one, she was going to school at Deaconess Hospital. I mean, she was working at Deaconess Hospital. She was going to school to be a pharmacist. But she was working as a pharmacy tech, part of her, whatever they do, whatever they do. She worked at Deaconess Hospital as a pharmacy tech. there, and that's where she did her intern. That's what I'm trying to say. This baby lived there 3 years. I would come because I was that landlord that you didn't know when I was going to show up. If I'm in the area, I'm going to do a drive-by. My one building, I had to have, that was a building with the 4 bedrooms, so you know how that was, and that was a disaster. I never try to help nobody again on that situation. Because then when you should know if you see a mother that's on Section 8, she ain't with and she ain't, and I don't know. And you got a bunch of babies with different daddies and you ain't married. That should have got my antennas right there. Because you got nothing to do. You had a job, but then you ain't got no job. Now Section 8 gonna pay all your rent, and you good to go. But anyway, so every time I would go past there, most of the time you never even seen it there. But then sometimes in the summertime, I see her grandparents there, who would be there watching her little girl while she at working at school, because she was doing both. Amazing girl. So her grandparents one day said, I hope you don't mind us sitting out here on the balcony. We come out, Lord, honey, I'm glad y'all enjoying it. Because the one thing the whole time she lived there that I never seen was a man. She didn't have no man coming up out of there laying up in the bed over her daughter. She had a babysitter. And that's what they would be doing. And she'd go out, and I guess she would go to her little boyfriend house. But I ain't never seen him there. So I guess it was the 1st of December. No, it was in December. She used to travel a lot, like to go to New York and stuff like that. So it had to be like her rent was due on the 1st. She had a grace time to the 3rd. It was the 5th of December. She was in New York. And she called me in a panic. Now, all she had to pay now was $125. They paid the rest for her. She was like, Miss Murray, I'm in New York. I'm so sorry. I was just out shopping and looked in my purse and I still got my money order for my rent here. I can, and I paid a late charge. This lady ain't never been late on her rent. I was like, you ain't got Shakira. What's her name? I could say Shakira's name. Y'all wouldn't know who she is anyway. Wouldn't even know how to spell it. You ain't got no last name. I say, Shakira, girl, stop panicking over there. Well, I'll make sure that I bring it to you as soon as I get back to Cincinnati. I said, nah, I tell you what you do with that $125. Merry Christmas. Go buy you and the baby something nice. When she moved out again, she bought her a house. But now she's a pharmacist, investing. I encouraged her. Yeah, I'm home real estate. I'm home. Uh-huh. I'm home. I got released yesterday and I was home about 8:39, I think. Yeah, I still ain't. I gotta go tomorrow. I just thought about that because he changed me and put me on two different new meds, and I forgot that I need to pick him up for the pharmacy. But I'll be down at the way downtown Cincinnati because I get mail order pharmacy, and they didn't want me to have to wait on it, so they sent it to CVS or whatever it is downtown. So I got to pick that up tomorrow. But yeah, I'm actually feeling amazing. I really am. Uh, yeah, I'm feeling amazing. So anyway, she was successful. I am not going to invest in living in nobody's big old mansion and rent it from me. I'ma own that duck fucker. I'ma own it. You take 10 years, 5 years, 6 years, you paying top-notch rent to rent somebody else's house. Now, this is why we buy these a building. Let me tell you, they got a mortgage on it. Again, that's why I didn't finish telling you why you don't buy single family. Because when that person moves out, you got to refix it up. You still got to pay the mortgage on it. Now you got to bring the unit up to living. You got to paint it. You got to put some. With me and one, I had to do. Even though I put expensive carpet, I put brand new carpet in that one with the 4 bedrooms, which my realtor. And then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna touch on that too. Cause and this is I'm gonna speak on Latrice Allen and what I heard them out there saying about Latrice. Not now, but it was when months ago. And I'm just sitting there listening to them like, and I'm gonna go to that. So stay tuned to that. So anyway, he was advising me to get used recycled carpet. And I was like, oh nah, I put this nice gray carpet in there, which was a disaster. But don't never be dumb enough to buy somebody's home twice when you can be buying your own and still have a rental property and be getting the bag. Don't be stupid like that, okay? I ain't finna get out. I ain't got no big, beautiful house unless my damn name is on that damn deed. Sit right there and let's talk about it. And that's when you ready. I'd get me a nice big apartment before I go and buy somebody's damn house and brag about I got a big, beautiful house. And my name ain't on it. And I done bought that house for them twice. And they done went and took that and now they ain't got no mortgage on that. So the money that they was getting from you to pay their mortgage on that, they done bought another one. Let's talk about it. And they gonna buy another one and another one and another one. Cause you can do that. Okay. So now we gonna go and I'm gonna end it with this one. I got a lot more to come. But these are things that I was thinking of as we was in this chat and talking. And then I be thinking, looking, and I type a little bit. And I have questions that I be wanting to ask other people. Because I don't understand why people do what they do. Okay? I don't understand it. But I remember when Latrice bought that first house. And not long after, she bought another house. Okay, I ain't talking about these ones she just bought and all that. I don't know what she buying now and what she doing because I ain't on social media like that. I don't know what that was, y'all. Hold on. I don't know why it left like that. But anyway, yes, you can. And let me tell you how you can and how I know you can. Okay? I found my little house on West Nose by myself. I wanted me a little bitty ranch to start out, something affordable. Uh-huh. some that I could pay. If I got laid off of one of them jobs, I could still make the mortgage on it and didn't lose it. Mm-hmm. Yup. So when I found it had been uh Mr. Yaki died in September, I think it was. I came along and I bought it in November. I closed on it and moved in it the day before Thanksgiving. I know that in 2002. So I moved in and I went to Rodney, my realtor. First of all, I had to build my credit, not because I couldn't buy a house with the credit that I had, but it wasn't where I could get a good interest rate on it. So I had to work on some things, and I came back like maybe 60 days later. I would say, I think my credit score where you can get me a good interest rate on the loan. He's like, oh, Claudette, you sure you done? He pulled it up. He said, you done it. I'm going to tell you how I done it too one day. So anyway, I got the house. And he's like, when he went to look at it, because he wasn't a listing agent on it, he said, you really want this? Because it had been closed up and it had vines. My house grows them, and I love them. I mean, they was out of hand then, but I like to see the vines that grow up on the house. I think it's cute. So anyway, you got to cut all these vines down, and I had bunches of hedges, and they was pretty, but they had been overgrown because the house had been empty. He said, you want it? I said, I want it. He flipped down the sign. He said, it's yours then. And it was. Less than 30 days later, it was my house. I'm going to tell you what I went through with that house on a later date too. Rodney, when I met Rodney Riddle, Rodney sold me the house, but knowing that I was a mortgage, I was a collector then. He was like, why don't you go to real estate school? Now this is gonna get you into how I became a mortgage broker. So I was like, I don't know. I said, I ain't know nothing about selling no houses or nothing like that. He's like, you got to give for gab. If you can make this kind of money as a collector, he said, hey, you could sell a house. He said, and I'll send you to real estate school. I'm like, what? No, and then I took my friend to him. Her and her husband bought a house. Angie was a collector too. Yeah, ex Angie, you want to go to school? And Angie like, yeah. We ended up going to Hondros Real Estate School in Blue Ash. I ended up going out there. When we went out there, I stayed out there in a hotel because I didn't want to drive back and forth. She couldn't stay because she had children and a husband. So she would go home. In the meantime, of me going to real estate school, that's when I ain't gonna go into that. I'll go into that later because that's lengthy. I got a call to be a mortgage broker in Fidelity, not a Fidelity Investments, but Fidelity Mortgage. And that's when I went in for the interview. Again, I ain't had no mortgage experience, and I want to know why. I think I told y'all about Kevin and how I got the job there, but the newcomers don't know. So anyway, I ended up taking that job instead of being a real estate agent. I'm hurt now though, because this man done paid for me to go to school. I had to make a business decision. When you are a real estate agent, you got to go out and hustle. Try to get somebody to buy a house or whatever. A mortgage loan office, mortgage broker. After, you couldn't, when I went for the interview and they told me how it worked, I ain't had no experience. Again, I was told, but you're a collector. You got to give for gas. You can close a loan. That's how I became a mortgage broker. Don't ever let nobody tell you that they bigger and they better than you and they ain't got nothing to show for it and tear you down. Don't never do that. Don't let nobody tear you down and tell you can't, because you can. Now I'm going to get back to Latrice. and how Latrice could have bought a house every week if she wanted to. You know how? It's debt to income. Debt to income ratio is what it is. So for instance, if I buy my house and I buy that as my primary residence, okay, and I got disposable income and I'm going to buy this next building, and then they're going to evaluate it. The bank is going to do a review on it to see how much would it rent for, how much the value of the house is. They ain't using your income. They using some of your disposable income, but they looking at what you gonna receive in rent. How much over that will you be able to make as profit? So it's debt to income. You can buy one every month if your debt to income ratio works. I did. I bought 3 in a year, 2 apartment buildings and a house. Don't never let nobody. And I didn't have no man. I ain't had no husband, and I only had 1 child. Don't never let nobody tell you you can't. If you want to, you can. Ain't nobody, I don't care how fancy their house is, what a car they got. And let me tell you about cars. Cars. You see these people, and I don't even like dating men that's got big fancy cars. I done had every sports car there is. With that with them sports cars, especially for females, my insurance was almost high as my damn car note. You see what I'm saying? So with that comes something. And guess what? When you drive that car off the lot, it ain't got no value, so you ain't got nothing but a luxury car to work on that you got to keep the upkeep on. Don't never let nobody make you think that you can't or they above you, because you don't know. And I always say this. I'm going to tell a story about that. Revisit it, because I done told it before. You don't know what the Joneses is doing and how the Joneses is doing. And especially if you got to lie about you on it and you know you're ready. I'll holler at y'all and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.